So vacuum pipes, I think we showed you before in the last part of this video. We're going to change all the vacuum pipes. This is the pipe I've got, 4 by 8mm silicon vacuum pipe. I just bought like 5 meters. It'll be more than enough, and we're going to replace all these pipes. I'm just going to do them one at a time. I'm just going to work my way through them, and you can watch. Tell me if I'm doing anything wrong. Just stick it in the comments if you think, oh no, what you're doing, you shouldn't use silicon or whatever. But I know the internet has opinions on everything, and that's cool. I don't mind. And the first one I'm going to take off is the one for the turbo. I'm just looking at the routing of it. I'll show you these pipes when we finish, when we take them off, just how buggered they are. Through there, falling apart as I move it. All the outside of the pipe is just falling apart as I take it through there. So I'm just going to drop that in over there and route this back the way that came. Inside of there, down the side of there, through there. Quite as much as that. That one's going to go on there, which is the first port. And there's a clip in the plastic for it to go through there. Pull the slack through like that. I'm leave myself a little bit loose. There's enough to work with. Right, and then this pipe then scoots along the bottom here. There's a clip for it on the side of there. Pull that through. Take that one off of there. Pull that back. Right, so that's the vacuum for the turbo. I'm going to need some thermostat. Give yourself enough to handle it and get it all the way through there. And remember the correct routing of it. It's relatively important to get the routing correct because it's been designed to have a route that doesn't have it fouling on hot things or spinny things. Right. Through there, put it back in its clip there, come up here. For the right length. I'll throw those bits away because they'll come in handy in a minute. I like using red. It reminds me that I've done the job. Okay, so then the next part of that vacuum hose is this piece here. So this is an accumulator. And the accumulator is then connected to an electronically controlled valve. And funny enough, this particular piece is the one that I most commonly see having collapsed, but in this case it hasn't, so I suspect this one's been changed. But what we'll do is we'll stick a new bit on there. So from the output of the accumulator, which is there, to the inlet of that valve, and then we go from the outlet of that valve down here to the turbo. And this can be a little bit tricky to get to. Old man noises. So there's a, if you look at your EGR valve, there's a thing on the side of your EGR valve that the vacuum sucks on, and the turbo has got a very, very similar thing on it, baked onto the turbo. Come on, get it off of there. Got it off and clean. I'll go back down there. Doing this by feel. I can't actually see the thing, but I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like. If you're doing it for the first time, just put your hand on that pipe and follow it down, and you'll get to it. And you can, as I say, you can look at the valve that's on the side of the EGR to remind yourself what it is you're looking at or feeling down the bottom there on the side of the turbo. Okay, and that one goes on there. So that's that one done. That's the turbo. That's going to make a difference immediately, but it's not going to make a difference if all the vacuum that's being pulled is being lost in these other pipes, which are all perforated and falling apart. So I'm going to do that.
Delivery from Mr. Spencer.
What's that, my love?
Delivery for you.
Oh, thank you.
There's one. And there's the other one.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was getting mine, so I said, oh, I'll take them.
Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you.
So I knew you were out there working on a car. So.
I am. Yeah.
Come on, Bray. In. Come on. Stop being cheeky.
So this is the next one that comes off of the
He
manifold.
was a lovely young lad. He just waved to me.
It's nice when your neighbours come out and say hi, isn't it? So this is the second one on the manifold, on the vacuum manifold. You know, in France, they don't call that a manifold, they call it a clarinet, which I think is lovely. Okay, I'm definitely going to show you that in a minute. So, now we are going to put the EGR back on because I haven't got the EGR delete kit yet. So we need to make sure that when we do this, we actually plumb the EGR valve as well. As long as you do this one at a time, you'll get them all back in the right place. Make sure you clip them and do all of that. It's worth you spending the time doing that. Because you don't want to have to take the whole thing off again because you messed up one of the pipes. There. Yeah, if you don't put them in the clips, then they're very likely to end up getting tangled in something or burnt on something. So put them in their clips and then you don't need to worry about it. That one. Now the last one is routed differently because it's going to a valve which is buried down there. But again, this one has collapsed. This one, oh, I need to do actually before I do that, let's just see this one. This is the pipe that goes onto your EGR valve. I'm going to replace that as well. This one's actually in fine order. Probably doesn't need replacing, but I'm going to replace it simply so I know it's done. It would be lazy not to. It doesn't want to come off. It's telling me it doesn't want to be done. Resistance is futile. There we go. Get it in its clips. That's Jack, my assistant. I'll leave a bit slack on that. Okay, so the last one on this little manifold dropped. And this one's completely flat, and this one is going all the way back to that valve back there, which is for the engine mounts. And you might think to yourself, oh, what's the point of fixing the one for the engine mounts? The point is that if that pipe is leaking, then it affects the whole vacuum system, not just the engine mounts. It just fell off. I have no doubt that was a problem. Feed another piece in here. This little spigot. I need little tiny hands, which I don't have. Right, so okay, that one's in. And I'm going to find its clips it's supposed to be on.